Now I am going to work with the login and register for the user. So you see in the front end there is a home page, and if I click on about, this is the about page. So my now task is to create a registration for the user. So if I click on the register button, there should be a form in order to register for the user. So I am going to create that. I am going to close the admin controller. Okay, now I am going to create a controller for the user. So I am going to terminal and I am going to make a command php artisan make controller, and in the user folder I am going to create user controller. You see in the user there is a new controller created, that is user controller. Okay, so here I am going to open user controller. So here this is my controller, and these 4 lines I am going to copy and paste it here in the top. You know what is this: use auth, use hash, app models user. So I am going to call the user model, and this is the website mail. So this is similar to admin, what I did in the case of admin, and I hope you understand it. Now I am going to create here the functions that I did in the case of admin, right? In the case of admin, you see I created a dashboard, this function. So similarly here I am going to paste it, and this will be user.dashboard. That means I will create here a user view folder, that means user, and here I am going to create dashboard.blade.php. Also I will create here login.blade.php. For the registration, I am going to create a register.blade.php, and also 2 more things, that is forget password.blade.php, and another one is needed, that is reset password.blade.php. So let's work with the register now. So I am going to open the register blade, and I am going to close the others. Only register I am going to open. So in the user controller, this is the dashboard, user.dashboard. It should come here without any issue now. And in the web.php, you see I created everything for the admin. Now for the user, I will create the items or create the things. So here I am going to open the help file, and I am going to route web.php here, routes web.php here, and in the top I will call the user. So here in my web.php to the top, like the admin controller, I am going to add the user controller, and here you see login register is okay. Now I am going to add some other things for the user. Login register, not only login register, here will be more other items. You see login register, but here register submit I am going to call here now. So after here login I am going to call here register first. Okay, so register, then another one is register verified. This is another thing, and here you will see login. After login there are more functions. I am going to copy all and paste it here. Okay, and there is a user middleware I am going to copy. So this is like the admin middleware. You see the admin dashboard, only admin will be able to see. So in the case of user, see user dashboard, only user will be able to see, but here middleware will be auth middleware. In the case of admin, middleware is admin, and here middleware is auth. This is actually in the middleware. So the middleware is actually, if you go here, you will see in the middleware there is the admin middleware here, and there is a user middleware, right? So when I registered the middleware, what was the location? The location was actually bootstrap. So I am going to the bootstrap here, app.php. You will see I gave the name, the admin middleware, its name is admin, and user middleware name is auth. So that is I am using here, that is the user. In the user case, the middleware will be auth middleware, and this is the user dashboard, user controller of dashboard, and this is very normal. In the case of user, if you want, you can use like this, that is user/register submit, but I am not going to use that. I am going to make it simple, register login, like this. So I did not add any prefix here that I used in the case of admin. I did not add any prefix here. This is very straightforward, and you see in the user controller there must be register function. So here I will create a registration function. So where will be register function? I am going to give here register. This is the register function. So I am going to copy this, and in the user controller I am going to paste it here. So here you see in the user folder there must be a blade file by the name of register. I already have that. I have created that in the user, that is register. This is empty. So now I am going to check it, but before going there, register submit and register verify, I am going to copy these two functions. These two functions I am going to copy and paste it in the user controller. So okay, so user.register. So here what code I will write, I am going to search register.blade.php, this one. This is the blade file for the register. So I am going to copy this one and I am going to paste it into here. So this is the user registration, and all the links like the home page, like the about us, like the about page, the menu I keep in the top, and this is user registration, and this is actually the error message and success message, and here this is register submit, and this is the registration form. The user will be able to register in this system giving his name, email address and password, and password will be a confirmed password field will be here. And lastly it will be submit, and it will go to the register submit function when a person will click. That means it will come here, and here there is a validation for name, that is required field, email is required and email field, and unique means a user who will register first time giving an email address, another user will not be able to give the same email address. That means the email address must be unique. So I give here unique, and here I call the table name, that means users table, it will match for the uniqueness. And password is required and confirmed password is required, also same as password. That means these two password must be same. And after the when it will you will register in this system, you will see that I create an object for the user. That means the user model, I create an object, and the request name I am going to put in the object of name, the request email I put in here, and the password will be hash make password. That means the password who is user will give, I will encrypt it. So when the encryption will be done here, then another one will be token. So token is a random value hash of this, and this token I am going to pass as object of token, and then it will save the data. That means in the database all the data will be saved. I did not put all the fields because you see in my database the users table, these are nullable fields. So if you do not give any phone number or country or address, if you do not give here, as these are the nullable fields, so null value will be inserted here in these fields. And in the status by default you see this is 0. So if you do not give anything here, this value will be passed as 0. That means the user will be pending first. So here you see there is a verification link, because after saving the data in the users table, here I will pass a verification link to the user so that he can verify it. So there is a register verify, this one, this is the URL, and two parameter, token and email. If you go to the web.php, you will see there is a function register verify, and this is route, register verify route, and two parameter, token, and another one is email. And register verify function will be called here, so that means this function will be called. So I will have to pass the link to the user, so I create a URL by this, and this is the verification link. And registration verification is the subject line, because I will send an email to the user, and to complete registration click on the link below. Click here is the URL text, and this is the URL, that is verification link. If the user click here from his email, he will actually be taken to the register verify function. So the mail is sent using this mail to request mail, website mail, two parameters subject and message, and you will see a success message, and you will be taken back to the same page where you are right now. and the register verify, when you will click on the link, what will be happen, I will show you that later. First let's check it, that means refresh. You see this is the user registration page. So this is about page, home page, and if you click on register, this is the user registration page. If you click on submit, you see all the fields are required, so the validation is working. I am going to create a new user by this name, 1234, and confirm is 1234. Okay, click on submit, you will see an email is going to be sent, and in the meantime if you refresh, you see already name, email, password, etc. comes here, and nullable fields are null, and a token is saved here. That token will also be sent in the email. So name, email, password, and token, these 4 items, and also the status is 0 inserted. Now you will see that your registration is completed. Check your email for verification. So a success message comes. If I now come here, you see a new email comes here, that is registration verification. I am going to click here. It comes to which email address? You see 2 is smith@gmail.com. that means this email goes to the user's email address. So he will just click here from his email address, and the task will be completed. That means the email will be verified. Currently you see that the status is 0, but when the user will click in this link, then the status will be changed, and also the token value will be null. So that thing is that code is done here. That means he will come here, when he will click, he will come actually in this function. So token and email is in my hand, so I will check in the users table if this token and email is correct or not. If not correct, token and email, the matching combination is wrong, then he will be redirected back to the login page. Okay, if you want, you can give here a message, no problem, or you can just redirect him to the login page. And if everything is okay, that means then the program will come to this section, and then user token will be empty. I will make it empty, and status I will change to 1 from 0. That means he will be approved, and user update, so database will be updated, and he will be taken to the login page with a success message. So let's check it. If I click here, user controller login, actually not, actually this is working, but actually I do not have any login function, so that is showing the error. That is not a problem. Here is login, this is the admin login. I need to get the user login, this one. So okay, in the user controller I am going to set up the login here, that is user.login. So you see now actually there is nothing in the login page, so it is not showing. But let's check out the database now. If I refresh my users table now, you see 2 changes. One is status is on now, and token is empty. So that means the registration process is completed. And as you see now, there is user and login. That means you will have to put something in the login, but the login is empty now. If you go to the login.blade.php for user, then you can easily just copy the data from here and paste it into the login blade. And this is the user login, and login, submit, everything like before, and forget password link is also given here. If you refresh, you will see that it is user login. So I will work with the user login system now. User login is similar to the admin login. Actually there is nothing changed here. You can easily do that task, because what you did previously in the case of admin, same thing you will have to work. You will have to write the code here for in the case of user. So what is the case of user? I will show you. I am now going to check the user controller. So this is actually user controller, dashboard is okay, login. Now I will put this login submit function and log out. So here I am going to copy these 2 links, and in the user controller I am going to paste it here. So here I am going to use the tab. Okay, so login submit, here you see that email and password will be matched. When a user will go to login, then I will similarly I will take the I will make the validation for the email and password and check all. But here on extra items will come, because a user will be able to log in only when his status is on. But until he verify his email, he will not be able to log in the system. So I will have to check if the status is on also, otherwise he will not be able to log in. And other things are similar like before. Here guard is changed. In the case of admin, I use the admin guard, and by default in the case of user, my guard is web guard, so I just call the web. So if everything is okay, attempt is okay, then I will redirect the user to the dashboard, otherwise he will be redirected to the login, that means the user login page. And in the case of logout, similar, auth guard web logout, then logout will be completed, and then I will redirect the user to the login page. So let's check it now. I am going to refresh. The user is here Smith, and here I am going to give the password on 234, click on login. You see he is taken to the dashboard, but I did not put any dashboard code yet, so I am going to use dashboard.blade.php. so this is in the case of user, this is user dashboard. I am going to copy and I am going to paste it in my user dashboard. So user dashboard is this. Now if you refresh, you will see this is the user dashboard. I am going to copy, and now I am going to log out. If I now try to access the dashboard, it is not possible, right? So it is working, that means the auth middleware is working. So I am going to login is okay, as it is working. Now my task is to check another registration. That means if without clicking on the email, if I am able that means without verification, if I am able to log in or not, I will show you now. So for example, another on user is Peter. He comes in this system, and if I click on submit, another user I am going to create here. So I am going to refresh. This is the Peter, and you see the Peter is not verified yet. That means he see this, and also you see email comes to the Peter, but I will not click here. I am going to try to the login using the Peter now. He is not verified yet. So if I try, you will see that the information you entered is incorrect. That means without verification, you will not be able to log in here in this system. So it is working. So next task is forget password. This is similar. So I am now going to the forget password function. I am going to call in the case of user, this is the forget password submit, reset password, and reset password submit. I am going to copy all and paste all here, and you already know everything that I am going to write here that I used in the case of admin. So similar logic, there is no change. Here I am going to get the forget password blade file for the user. So this is actually the forget password blade file for the user. Sorry, this one is the forget password blade for the user. So I am going to forget password.blade.php, paste it here. User forget password is this. User forget password submit email, and back to login page. This is login is okay. Now another one will be reset password. So I am going to copy the user reset password code. Okay. Now I am going to the user reset password here, paste it here. User reset password submit to parameter password and confirm password and submit. Okay. So now I am going to close all the things you see here. Okay, register also close. In the user controller user folder, there is a forget password, and when it will be submitted, email will be checked. Then the email is found or not, it will be checked. Then a hash will be created, that means for the token, and then the reset password URL and with 2 parameters will be sent. So similar like admin. So let's check if it is working or not. If I click on forget password, you see user forget password, back to login page, you see back to login page. So if I want to forget password now, so what will be happened here is Smith. If I click on submit, you will see that if the email is correct, an email is going to send to the users. Yes, so the user, that means Smith, will receive a password reset. So he will see that there is a link. If you click here, you see user reset password link comes. This is for the Smith @gmail.com, right? So it is working. Now what I will do, now I am going to click here. You see both password is needed. So I am going to give 1 2 3 4 5 6, submit. You see, yes. If you again click here, now it is not possible to see the page because that will not work anymore. Now the Smith, I am going to log in with Smith with the new password 1 2 3 4 5 6. You see, yes, user dashboard comes here. And if you want who actually logged in here, you can show it here. That means here in the dashboard, user dashboard, that means here I can give welcome. So let's check it, welcome. So here I am going to add welcome the username, for example. So here auth guard, then user, and then name. So who is the auth guard here? Here guard is web guard. So username, if I refresh, you see that welcome Smith. So the user's name is showing actually here. When Peter will log in, he will see here the message welcome Peter. When Smith is logged in, then he will see welcome Smith. So it is actually working here. So okay, I am going to log out, and after log out, if you want to access the dashboard again, it is not possible. So it is working. So you see forget and reset password both are working here, and you see the reset password code is here, and also reset password submit. These are the codes. So this is completely similar to the admin, so I am not going to explain it again here, but in the case of user, I am going again to reset it because it will be needed. I am going to make it again 1 2 3 4. Okay, so I am going to make it 1 2 3 4 again from here, like this. 1 2 3 4 again, 1 2 3 4. Click on submit. Yes, password reset successful. Now if I go here 1 2 3 4, yes, welcome Smith, it is working. So log out. So in the case of forget password, the Smith, I am going to change one single thing here. That means when you will work with forget password, one important thing to add here, that is here you see user equal to this, email not found. That means the email if not verified, that I will have to add here also. So I will check if the status is on. So here I add another extra condition, that means status is equal to 1, because for example the Peter, he comes here and give his email address like this, submit. It is not possible because the Peter, the person, did not verify himself in this system yet, so he will not be able to use the forget password system. So I hope you have understood the complete authentication system.